Welcome to this first video in our Healthy Computing section. In this video we are going to install a product called InstallSpeccy. It's a product that's published by the software company Piriform, a British company, and they have several versions of it. And the version we're going to be looking at is the home version. And the home version is a free version of this program. The only thing that it lacks is support, and it only runs on a single computer. So if you have more than one computer at your home, you'll need to install it on each separately. So here's our home, and we have 4 different products that they allow you to download and to use for free for your home. We are going to be looking at 3 of them. We're going to be first in this video, we're going to be installing InstallSpeccy. Then we're going to be looking at Recover, which recovers deleted files, and CCleaner, which cleans your hard drive and optimizes the Windows registry. And those issues we'll be getting into later. We'll go into pretty much in depth into those in the future. So for right now, we're going to install InstallSpeccy. So we're going to click on InstallSpeccy, and you can buy this version, this same version, if you feel that you need support. If you want somebody to call if you have a problem, you can get that support by purchasing it. If you don't need support and you just want to try this product, or you want to use it without support, you just click on download. And here is our InstallSpeccy free version, and it gives us the option to download it from FileHippo.com. FileHippo.com at one time was a preferred download site for us, but as time's going on, they have embedded software in other software products, so we have stopped using them. In other words, if you download InstallSpeccy from FileHippo.com, it may piggyback another program that you may or may not know about with it and install it on your computer. And we are totally against installing software on a computer that we don't know about. So we bypass FileHippo as a general rule, and we are going straight to the software developers download here. We're going to click on their download, and it's going to pop up here and tell us in Internet Explorer that we are going to run, or say we're going to run it, SP Setup version 1.26. Click on Run, and InstallSpeccy has a pretty clean install. We get the user account control, which may or may not show up on your screen, and we said OK. Now we come up to our setup screen. Now we select our language as English. Yes, that's what we want. And we have 3 installation options. Add to desktop shortcut. Yes, we want this. Add start menu shortcuts. Yes, we want this. Automatically check for updates to InstallSpeccy. No, we do not want that. What that would do is that each time you started Windows, a program would run, and it would compare the version that you have installed with the manufacturer, the software manufacturer's website, to see if they were the same. If there was a newer version available, it would tell you about it. And that is not harmful, except that it does slow things down when you start your computer. It's just another thing that has to run on startup. And if you do this for a number of different programs that you install in your computer, it gets to be cumbersome. So we, as a general rule, do not automatically check for updates on any product except antivirus products. Those we always want to keep up to the minute, up to date. So we uncheck that, and we are going to install InstallSpeccy. It's a very quick install, and it only took a couple of seconds. Now it's going to ask us to run it and review the release notes. We're not going to look at the release notes. If you want to take a look at them, leave that checked. It's going to open up another window and show you exactly what the difference is between this release and the previous release. Click Finish, and it's going to start up here. And here we go. So it takes a minute or so to go through your whole computer to find out exactly what you have, all your hardware, your software, what type of operating system you have, what type of hard drive you have, etc. So it's come up now. It's taken a few seconds. And here is the summary of our computer. We are running Windows 8.1 64-bit. We have an Intel Core i5 processors running at 1.8 gigahertz, and the temperature of our Intel Core is 141 degrees, which is probably starting to get a little warm here. There, 140 looks like the breakpoint since it goes from the green into the amber, but we still have quite a ways to go before it gets red. We have 6 gigabytes of memory, and this would be relevant information for you if you were going to expand the memory on your computer. Not only would you need to tell them what your model is, but make sure you get the dual channel DDR3 memory. That's what you need. There are other DDR2s, etc., that just won't work in your computer. As a Dell motherboard, tells us about our graphics adapter. Here's our hard drive, which is 698 gigabytes formatted. It's actually 750 gigabytes in a raw drive. It's running at 97 degrees, nice and cool. These numbers are important. Temperatures mean a lot in a computer. Heat is its enemy. So if this were to get hot and move into the red zone, not only would performance be degraded, but it would also diminish the lifetime of your computer. And it's going to cause damage over time. So these are important, and it's one of the things we check when somebody has a problem with their computer. We check and make sure that the fans are still working. It's really much cheaper to buy a laptop cooler that fits under your laptop than to take it to a technician and have them replace a fan. Much cheaper. So these are important items, and it's one of the reasons that we like to have this installed on the computers. There are other information that you can have. The CPU, we talked about the dual core with the i5. So here it is, Core 0, 2 processors, each one having its own temperature monitor. One is at 141 degrees, 142. They stay pretty close, and they're both in an acceptable range. The bus speed is at 99.8. It shows you how much of our capacity is being used, the different features that are supported, most of which you're not going to be interested in. But again, the temperature is always one thing that I like to look at personally. Our graphics adapter, the Intel HD graphics, tells you exactly what's going on there. Our optical drives, our DVD drives, it tells you here what can I do. You know, you wonder what can I burn on here? What's a CDR, CDRW, and a CD-ROM? What are all those things? They all have a meaning. The CD-Rs are the oldest versions of CDs, and the DVD-R here is the older version of the DVD. So if you have an old DVD player and it's in the DVD-R, this would be compatible. But DVD plus R is a newer version, and if you have an old DVD player and you have a DVD that's been burned in the DVD plus R format, you may not be able to play it. The DVD plus RW means it's rewritable. You can write on that DVD once, and if you don't like it, you can write on it again. Now, these aren't used a whole lot. I haven't seen them used a whole lot, but they were used more in the earlier days where we would take and burn a CD and then burn it again until we got it exactly perfect the way we wanted it. So these are meaningful. This is meaningful information. Tells you what formats you can read on your DVD and what formats of CDs you can read on there. Tells us it's working, and it runs at full power. Random access, supports writing, and supports removable media. So there's some good information about your DVD that you may or may not have known. And we're probably going to leave it with the peripherals. You can install this on your machine and look at each one. It's going to show you what your network addresses are and that sort of thing, which an IT person may want to know. This is an easy place to find that information. There are other ways to find out all this information, but with this program you have it all here in one place. So to end with the peripherals, we have our keyboard, tells us what type of keyboard we have, our mouse, our Dell touchpad that we have, our printer, the type of printer that we have. We have a Brother MFC J430W installed on here. It has a camera and a scanner, and it's hooked up on our LAN. So it has all of this type of information. Everything that you want to know about your computer is here, even telling me that my printer is low on toner. Yes, my black and my magenta too need to be changed. So with that, we are going to leave, and I hope you install Specky on your program. It's harmless. It does not change anything on your computer. There is no way to change these settings. It is only telling you what they are. So you don't have to be afraid to install it and run it. With that, we are going to close out this video. Hope you install it. Thank you very much for visiting freepctraining.com.